class. Happy Wednesday. Today we will be doing our amplified text for learning about the rainforest, reading a passage about the rainforest. First we'll go over our vocabulary words, and then we will read our text and do a little writing activity at the end, okay? Alright guys, so let's go over our vocab words. So look at this first word, and do you guys remember what it is? Abundant. Say it again, abundant. So abundant just means a lot. So this picture shows an abundant amount of rainfall, and this picture shows an abundant amount of snowfall. So just a lot of rain, a lot of snow. Our next word is converge. Remember, converge means coming together. So talking about the tropical rainforest, winds from the north and south come together and they converge at the equator. And that's how they get they have the wet and dry seasons in the rainforest. So the temperature is always the same, but sometimes it's dry and sometimes it's wet, and that's what these winds do when they converge on the equator. Our third vocab word is humid. Now remember, humid means like wet or moist. So when it's in the rainforest, since it rains a lot and it's always hot, it's very, very moist and very wet. So when you walk outside, you kind of get all sweaty and humid. Miss Harmon does not like humidity at all. I don't like to sweat like that. Our fourth vocab word is rainfall. Okay? Remember, and rainfall just means the amount of rain in a certain area. So the rainforest receives a lot of rainfall. Remember our video yesterday? 33 feet of rain. That's a lot of rain. And our fifth vocab word is tropics. So tropics are areas along the equator with hot, sunny, and wet weather. So the rainforest, the Caribbean, these different places that are close to the equator, those are considered the tropics. Anywhere you can think of like as a beach and beautiful palm trees and sunny and lots of green because it rains a lot. Those are all tropical areas. All right, guys, we're going to go forward 2 pages. Okay, we're going to read the amplified text for the tropical rain belt. Now remember, the pictures on this page are the same as the last page. However, there's a lot more details in the amplified text. So we're going to learn more about what the tropical rain belt is. Do you guys remember what the tropical rain belt is? Okay, remember, it's right along the equator because the rainforests are all along the equator. And it's where these winds converge or come together, right? To make the dry and wet weather in the rainforest. And so it's all along the equator. And this is why they have wet and dry seasons. Their temperature is always the same, but sometimes it's really wet and sometimes it's really sunny. And that's why it's so beautiful. All right, my friends, go ahead and point to picture 1. Remember, this is a picture of Earth, and look, it's the sun shining on Earth, showing the North Pole, the South Pole, and then the equator, that invisible line that divides Earth in half. Make sure you highlight or circle your questions, okay? I'm sorry, not questions, your vocabulary words. All right, guys. The tropics is the area along Earth's equator. So right along here, along the equator. The weather in the tropics is mostly hot and humid. This is due to the tropics receiving more energy from the sun. So remember, the closer you are to the equator, the hotter the sun is, because that's where it's getting the most direct sunlight. Picture 2, again, a picture of the tropics, very, very green with an abundant amount of rainfall. In the tropics, rainfall is abundant. During certain periods, thunderstorms can occur every day. Despite this, the tropics still receive a great deal of sunshine. A lot of sun, a lot of rain. Picture 3. All right, remember, this is showing the temperature and precipitation throughout the year. Temperature in the tropics rarely exceeds 95 degrees Fahrenheit during the day. At night, the minimum temperature falls no lower than 72 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, now we're going to go on to picture 4. Okay, so remember, this is a picture of the tropics where there's the beach, the ocean, the water, the palm trees. It looks like it's very windy, possibly raining. These temperatures vary little throughout the year. Therefore, the seasons are distinguished by changes in rainfall and cloudiness. Picture 5. Remember, this is a picture of Earth from outer space. The wet and dry seasons in the tropics are The wet and dry seasons in the tropics are caused by a rain belt called the ITCZ. This band of clouds encircles the globe near the equator. The ITCZ follows the sun. Picture 6. So this is a picture of the Earth going around the sun. So this is one full year. It moves north in the northern summer and south in the northern winter. As it moves, the ITCZ causes frequent showers and thunderstorms. Moving myself over here. Okay, now this is an actual picture of the intertropical convergence zone. So remember where those trade winds are coming together, converging at the equator. And this is the reason that there is a wet and dry season in the tropical rainforest. So the ITCZ forms where the trade winds meet or converge at the equator. The northern trade winds move in the southeast direction. The southern trade winds move in a northwest direction. The point at which they converge forces the air up into the atmosphere and forms the ITCZ. So that tropical zone, right? That is the reason why there is a wet and dry season. So the rainforests receive a lot of rain and a lot of sun. And this convergence zone is the reason that they have a really wet season, they have a really dry season. Okay, so the temperature, remember, stays the same. It stays really hot in the rainforest, but sometimes it's really sunny and sometimes it's really, really, really rainy. Okay, so now, friends, we're going to move forward to 2 pages to this page. Okay, and we're going to work on this word web right here, talking all about the tropics. Okay. All right, I moved myself on the other side so we can look at this word web together. So whenever we're looking at a word web, my friends, we're going to look at the word that's right in the middle, okay? And we're going to think of all these different things that describe the tropics. Now remember, the tropics is a wet and dry and has beaches, has rainforest, lots of different things about tropics that we've learned so far. So some tropical areas would be like the Caribbean island or the Amazon, different places, okay? So what are some different things, different words that describe tropics, okay? So remember, it's all along that convergence zone, right? The tropical convergence zone along the equator. So what kind of seasons do they have? Do they have hot and cold seasons? Or do they just have hot and humid seasons? That's right. It's very hot and humid, right? All year long, right? Whether it is raining or sunny, it is always hot and humid. It does not get cold in the rainforest. All right, guys. What's another word that can describe the tropics? Remember, close your eyes. Think about what the tropics, think about all the pictures. If you need to, you can flip back in your book and look at the pictures of the tropics that we've been reading about and think of some other words that could describe it, okay? What is the main kind of tropic that we're learning about this week? That's right, rainforest. So our next word is rainforest. Good. Now think about some other words that describe it. Remember what happens because it's along that convergence, the rainforest convergence along the equator? What kind of seasons do they have? Right, they have wet and what else? Wet and dry seasons. Good. So they have a wet season and they also have a dry season, right? Okay, now think of some other words that can describe the tropics. Remember when we envision the picture, and what do we see? Do we see palm trees and beaches, right? Some beautiful places, palm trees, beaches. Okay. And what is one other word that can describe the tropics? What do you guys think? Take a minute to think about it. Like I said, go back to the pictures if you need to. Go back to the passage. Think about another thing that can describe the tropics. Where is it located on Earth? Okay, is it the North Pole, the South Pole, or near the equator? That's right. It's all the tropics are near the equator, right? Right in the middle of Earth. All right, guys, make sure that you write all of the words that describe tropics in our word web, okay? And that is all I have for you today. And I can't wait to read to you guys tomorrow for our full text to learn more about the tropical rainforest belt, okay? All right, guys, have a great Wednesday. Bye.